All right. One paper in front of us. We're going to first prep this one before we start the next. So if we have newspaper, let's take that one.
Meera,
Yeah.
sorry, your audio is not very clear. Could you reduce the volume?
Reduce the volume.
Better? Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Thank you.
Can you hear me now? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's all take our newspaper. Now we just need a small strip like that. Okay. So I'm just going to show you. We don't need to use a ruler or scissors. Just with our hands. Sorry, I just take a little longer piece. Try to avoid bits where there is any image. So try to take only where there is text. So like a black and white piece.
Can we use kite paper instead of newspaper?
All right. Yeah. Okay. Sort of like this shape. Just randomly ripped, but top slightly broader and then gets tapered lower, like that. If you have newspaper, you could use one piece like that. But if you have only kite paper, you could do the same and also add one more piece. So if it is only newspaper, please make two pieces in newspaper. If it is only kite paper, make both the pieces in kite paper. If it is newspaper, kite paper, you can do a combination of either. So long, sort of triangular tapered pieces, hand cut.
So Meera, is it better for one piece to be black and white and one for color? One to be color? Like if I have colored newspaper, should I use that for the second one?
Yeah, why not? Anything, just to give a little, some prep for the background. Yes, Seher, that's fine. Hazel, hello. Hi. I can't hear you. That's okay. Hazel, just jump in. It's our first sheet. We're just prepping it with two pieces, hand cut, hand torn pieces, one of kite paper, another newspaper. If you don't have kite paper, both pieces can be in newspaper. If you don't have newspaper, both pieces can be in kite paper. If you don't have either, we can just paint it. And once you have cut it, rather torn it, let's take a little glue.
Meera, we have to paste it?
Yes, we have to paste it. So put a little glue in the palette, add a few drops of water. Just slightly dilute it, just 1 or 2 drops of water. And then just paste it where I have placed it. So one from the top, one from below. Keep it as flat as possible.
Good.
You've just taken water, is it?
Just a few drops of water mixed with the glue. And then paste it down flat. Just to create a little interest in the background, and then we can paint over it. So this is like a part collage watercolor session. It's okay if the shapes aren't the same as mine. It doesn't matter really. Trina, if you're going to use any of the colored printed stuff, try to use the more muted ones so that the image that we paint shows through. Please leave the brush in water. We don't want the glue to make your brush hard.
Here, Rakina.
Yes?
Sorry.
Yes, Auntie?
No, sorry, Mira, not to you.
Trina, are you done? Just lift it a little higher or back, take it back. Okay, okay. Is it nicely pasted or is it lifting off at the edges? It's pasted well? Okay, then it's fine.
You know, only the brown, that wrapping thing, which is that at the middle, I think I wanted to, wanted those, you know, those cracks to show in between. So only that bit I've left a little uneven. Otherwise, everything else.
Show, can I see?
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
Only.
Okay, okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Auntie, are you done? Can you lift it higher? Take it back a little. Okay, that's fine, Auntie. Thank you. Yes, yes. Hazel, you managed to understand what needs to be done? Just 2 pieces of paper. Yes, Hazel. Yes, thank you. Yes. Yes, ahead. Yes, fine. Rupal, Shilpa, you guys are done? Sana, Richa? Yes, Richa. Yeah, Shilpa, that's also fine. Yeah, okay, we can keep this aside because this needs to dry well. If you guys have a book or some sort of weight, I think might be a good idea to keep it on top so it flattens out. Maybe just your paint box would also be fine. Shall we proceed? Sana, are you done? Okay, fine. Now, for the second composition, let's take a fresh sheet of paper. Just 3 colors I want you all to pull out of your palette, out of your box. That's black, yellow ochre, and lemon yellow. So very similar colors to what we had used in the very first class for those circles. Black, yellow ochre, lemon yellow. Okay, so very little bit of each.
Mira, I don't have yellow ochre and which is the other.
Lemon yellow. Lemon yellow.
I have light cadmium
Okay.
and there is cadmium
Okay.
and there is chrome.
Do you have like a raw Xena or burnt umber? Burnt Xena?
I have a burnt ochre. Yeah,
Okay, yeah. Just take the burnt ochre and take the light cadmium.
light cadmium.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just a very little bit of black. Little bit of yellow ochre. Little bit of lemon yellow. Okay. Now take a medium-sized brush. I want you all to put maybe 3 drops of water in each of them. No, actually more, 4 drops. Bring it to a nice watery consistency. Just paint and water. 4 to 5 drops of water. Lemon yellow, yellow ochre, black. Just a little bit and add about 4 or 5 drops of water to each. Mix it well. Make sure it's watery. The paint needs to be watery. Fine? Shall we proceed? Okay. Hazel, you ready with your colors? Okay. So just like last time we had done a stem, a stalk, we're going to do the similar thing this time. So I want you to just dip your, maybe like a number 3 would do, number 3, number 4 brush, round brush. Dip it mildly in the black. Just watch for the time being. Into a little of the ochre, into a little bit of the yellow. And then using the tip of your brush without flattening it too much, we are going to pull a stalk. Just watch for the time being so that you know which direction and how long the stalk needs to be. So it's like a muddy, like a khaki green, you know, because I've touched the black with the yellow. So like that, like a Y-shaped stalk. Come, let's all try. Once you've done it, you can just touch it a little bit here and there with a bit more black. So you have variation within the stalk.
Mine has come too black. The other
Oh.
colors are hardly showing.
Hold on. Okay, so take your brush just with plain water, go over it mildly. It will just soften it a little bit.
Okay.
Just plain water. If it just softens it a little, but it's okay. It's just a stock. So
Is there any way I can add a little yellow or?
yeah, so clean your brush off the black. Add a
Yeah.
little bit of, dip into a little bit of either one of the yellows and wash over it. You can make it even slightly thicker, Shilpa. It's fine.
Okay.
Ready with the stock? Auntie, the left one, you can make a little longer, slightly higher. Left one, the other one. Yeah. Yeah. Little higher. Okay, if we're done with that, I'm going to show you the shape of the leaf. And the shape of the leaf is kind of heart-shaped, and they're big at the bottom, and then as it goes tapering towards the ends of the stalk, it gets smaller. Once I've shown you the shape of the leaf, I want you to play with these three colors in light and dark tones to create those leaves, okay? So let me just show you what I mean. So the first leaf I'll start off. Small stalk. Don't have to do it yet, you can watch. I've dipped into a little ochre, a little bit of yellow. Shilpa, can I put you on mute? It's okay?
Yeah.
Sorry. So it's sort of slightly heart shape-ish. It doesn't have to be complete heart shape, but slightly heart shape-ish. See that? So the next one, which is a little higher, comes there. So how much water and how much pigment you use, I leave to you in order to get different shades from these three colors. Okay, so some leaves can be absolutely light, some can be darker, some can have a mix of these three colors, and so on. Do you all want to try? Key is to keep it as translucent as possible. The more opaque it gets, it sort of loses that lovely watercolor quality. So try to keep it as translucent as possible. And see, sometimes you can just use very little bit of paint, very little bit of pigment, and get a very delicate looking leaf, almost like a ghost leaf. See what happens if you mix a little black with the yellow on a different slot on your palette, and you get a muddy green, like your stock color. The leaves get smaller as they go higher. So just with 3 colors, how we're able to achieve different tones, different shades, light and dark quality, almost like a monochromatic painting. How's it going? Any difficulty, any trouble? Are you all able to achieve that translucent quality? Yeah. Keep it as light as possible. The lighter it gets, it's more delicate. You can see the paper through. Some, of course, can stand out and be a little darker. Colors can be a bit more intense. So keep that variation. Trina, do you want to show me? Yes, lovely. Very nice. It's just the same 3 colors, right? Not, there's no burnt sienna in it. Okay, nice, very pretty. So the same thing, Trina, can be done with any other color, any other 3 colors. You know, you pick your combination of maybe blues or browns and reds. You'll have nice autumn colors. So you can try that. Anybody else who's done and wants to show? Richa, Sana, any of you done? Not yet, okay. Hold on, Shilpa, I'm coming.
Coming fine.
Slightly higher, Shilpa. Can you hold it slightly higher? Yes, nice colors. Yeah, so yeah, very nice. Thank you. Yes. Auntie, Auntie, is there green in that? Have you added green? No, no. Okay. Try to see if you can make it still lighter. Yeah, and some leaves, see if you can use 2 colors in it. So a little bit of black. I think you're on mute, Auntie.
Yeah.
Yes, Auntie. You were saying?
Yeah, I mix the colors in this.
Okay.
Yes, but I don't think effect आया ज़्यादा.
So add a little bit more water and
Okay.
keep your leaves a little closer.
Okay.
The leaves that are ahead of you, the ones that you're going to do, keep them close. Yeah.
Okay.
Rupal, are you done? Hazel? No? Just what have you done? Do you want to show? Hold it up. Seher? Okay, Seher, just open up the leaves a little bit more into sort of rounder heart shapes. The colors are fine, but open them up into more round-ish leaves, like balloon shape. The colors are fine. Sorry, Rupal, you were holding up earlier. Or Hazel, you can show me. Yes, Hazel. Yes, lovely composition. Maybe few leaves can be a little darker. I don't know whether it's the glare from the paper, but maybe a few leaves can be a little darker. The composition is perfect. The shape as well, very nice. So maybe go over a couple of leaves and make them a little darker. Yes, Rupal, coming. Rupal, a little higher. Yeah, fine. Rupal, just don't lose the translucency. So the upper leaves are, I feel they're more, have that translucent. The lower ones are a little more dense. So keep adding a bit more water to your, but the upper ones are fine. Yeah. Trina, do you want to maybe try another one at the side?
Meera, can you suggest another shape that I could use?
Another
Which is
shape,
yeah.
which is similar or
Yeah, or even different, like of leaves.
uh,
Not the.
okay. Well, another one is that you omit the stalk and you just join the 2 hearts.
Oh,
Like a eucalyptus. Do I have it? No, I don't have it. No, I might have it. Yeah, actually. This I done earlier in the day.
yeah. All right.
So it's similar, just that there's no stock. They just join. And again, variation of tones. Yeah. Or perhaps, Trina, within this composition, you might want to bring another stock from the top. Maybe extend this composition. Do you prefer to do that?
Yeah.
You could do that. Yes, Richa. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Okay, Richa, very nice. I still feel it's a little on the denser side. Try to water it down. And when you paint, just soak your small brush with a lot of the paint solution and paint.
Okay.
Okay, so more paint in your brush and lighter, so more watery. But the composition is nice. Sana, do you want to show Auntie?
Yeah, just a minute.
Yes, pretty, very pretty. Are you still doing the working on the top? Okay, great, lovely.
Meera, could you pin your image?
Yeah, I could just one second. I'll just see Auntie's and Auntie,
Yeah.
hold it a little higher.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, Auntie, so much better. Yes. And keep them slightly closer.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Great. Okay, are we all done? Shall we move on with the next one? Hazel, are you there? You finished? Okay, those of you who are just finishing off the last bit, would you like to do it a little after class? I think we should get started on the next composition because that's going to take time. Okay. All right. So the next composition, what I'm going to do is keep this out as reference so you all know what to expect. And where is my... Because by the time I paint, perhaps some of you have gone ahead, or perhaps you need a bit more time to have a look at how big the composition, the subject needs to be. So this is what we're trying to achieve. It's somewhere cross between a dandelion and an agapanthus. So the stalk comes to about 3/4. I'm going to demonstrate, not to worry, I'm going to demonstrate. But just to give you an idea of how big the spread of the center agapanthus is. The smaller ones, it doesn't matter whether it's where it sticks in, but the center one, how big does it spread? How tall is it in relation to the paper? I have this as a reference, okay? All right, so the colors are very similar. I just want you to add 1 or 2 more colors to this, perhaps a Prussian blue, which is the deepest blue on your palette. Just keep out a little bit of Prussian blue. Again, mix it with water and keep just the way we did the other colors. If you have, and this is optional, if you have a raw Zena and a raw umber, you can keep those. If not, it doesn't matter. You can keep a...
Repeat the colors, Meera.
Yeah, yeah. So Prussian blue, that's a deep blue.
I have cobalt blue.
Okay, yeah, you can use cobalt blue, Auntie.
Okay.
I'm quite sure. I'm quite sure you would have Prussian blue. All sets come with it.
Just a minute.
It looks like a black. The other colors, optional colors,
No,
are
actually, it's not there.
it's not there.
No.
Is there an ultramarine? Only cobalt?
Yeah, ultramarine is there.
Okay, then let's use ultramarine if you have ultramarine. If you have a rosina, burnt zina, which is a brown, there should be a brown in the mix, which kind of looks like a crimson. You have the 14-piece set, no, Shilpa?
No, it's 24.
Oh, 24. Then you would have all of these colors. This,
Yeah, that's what I'm surprised that these colors are not here. The one that you just said.
wait, hold on. Is it
The
this one?
tassel, maybe because of that.
Oh, okay, possibly. But then these are like standard colors. Okay, doesn't matter. So if you have a burnt zina, which is a brown, that should most definitely be there.
Okay, yeah. Brown. and
There's a
then-
Van Dyck brown.
Yeah, go for it.
That's fine.
Yeah, Van Dyck brown.
Okay.
There's a
Prashant.
burnt umber.
Burnt umber.
Okay, yeah, burnt umber is good. All right. So just keep out a little bit of these colors, add water, just like we did previously. Mix the water and get it ready. Three, 4 drops of water. Keep it dilute.
Can I change my water?
Yes, go ahead.
Thank you.
And I'll do the same.
Mira, can you repeat the instructions, please?
Okay. Shall we begin? So let's take a fine brush. Number 3 is good. Number 4, number 3 is good. Now you can take any of your browns, dip into a little bit of the blue. Take any of your browns, dip into a little bit of the blue, and right in the center, around there, you draw your stalk going up. So let's all begin. We have a reference by the side, so you can go ahead. Okay, a thin stalk from the center to about middle of the page. From that center point, you can use any of these colors, blue, browns, your yellows, and then pull out from the center, even your black you can use, fine lines. So if you want to use a zero brush, you can. And boldly go over the collage paper that we have stuck on.
This is same brown and blue combination.
Yeah, so all the colors that are on your palette, you
Okay.
can go ahead and use it however you wish to.
Okay.
So like a drawing, but we're using a brush. Yeah. So there's no method to it. From the center, you pull out these fine lines. At the end of the lines, it sort of splits into smaller tertiary branches. But after you do 2-3 of them, and while the paint is still kind of wet, you wash your brush off, and just with clean water, I want you all to watch this, just with clean water on my brush, I am sort of smudging this a little bit. Okay, I'll leave it to you how much you wish to smudge. It's a purposeful smudge. It's not accidental. So after about 2-3 strokes of these branches, when the paint is still a little wet, you can go ahead and smudge. And when we do these branches out, try to see to it that they're not all equidistant, that they're not all straight. You want a little variation in its formation. You don't want that it looks too stiff, that it is calculated and measured and positioned very methodically. So you kind of want them to intertwine a little, leave some spaces. Let the spacing not be even. To smudge, wash off the paint from your brush. Just take a little water, whatever leftover water is there in your brush, and just wet the paper. It will blot. It's an intentional smudge. And go freely over the paper that you have stuck, over the newspaper, over the kite paper. Now for the little edges where there are those small bits hanging off the branches, just have to dot again any of these colors, the browns, the blues, the yellows, just dot them. Don't forget to smudge them as well. Just dot them with the tip of your brush. Okay, it's going okay for everyone? Any difficulty, please stop me. If you need me to repeat anything. If you finish the first one, you can jump into the second one. They need to be like a quick sketch. So keep your hand moving as fast as possible. Don't spend too much time getting the dots perfect. There's no real method to it. It's more like a very quick sketch. Don't forget to smudge in some places. If you finish the main stalk, there's another one that runs up to the corner of the page. Trina, you might have to position your plants in such a way that when it comes to that slightly crinkly bit, perhaps maybe you might want to use white paint over that because the brown might be quite dark. See how it goes. It needs to intentionally be messy. So don't hold back. Everybody just play around with the colors a little bit. It needs to be like a slightly messy, as if water is sort of spilt on your composition kind of effect. This image is going to be shared on the group as well as the video recording for this. If you need to watch it again, do it again, feel free to refer to that. Seher, you done? Oh, let me see. Hold it back a little, Seher. Okay. I think you can add a few more lines, Seher. And is there space for any more? Maybe one or two smaller ones, perhaps? You can definitely add more branches for the center one. Auntie, just hold it back a little. Yeah. So, Auntie, you can add more branches for the first one.
Yeah.
And see that they all sort of finish, if it's like the round of a clock. So see that all the branches finish
Okay.
on the same circle.
Okay.
Yes,
Oh.
not one long, one short. So that you can adjust. You can still adjust that.
Okay.
But you can add definitely more branches.
Yeah, I'll do.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Trina, how's it progressing?
I'm just not too happy with the crinkly bit. I'll show
Okay.
you.
Show me. Hold it back. Okay. So on the crinkly bit, I would suggest you put white dots.
Yeah.
It will pop up. Now that you have your dark colors in place, put some white dots and then sprinkle some white in other parts as well. So it looks like it's part of the composition. Yeah. Also, Trina, just hold it up once more. Okay. A lot has been smudged, which is fine. I would like you, if it is dry, if it is very well dry, I would like you to add deeper colors on top of the smudge, more pointed. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then do not smudge further.
Okay.
Okay. And then on top of that, you can also add the white because your smudged areas are quite dark. So you can add white dots. They would look nice. Anybody else who wants to show? Yeah, Shilpa. Just hold it back a little. Okay. The same thing. If you look at it as a round circle, so try and see to it that all the branches finish on that circle. So one standing up a little longer than the other kind of, makes it a little off balance. So try to maybe make the shorter ones a little longer. You could maybe extend the bitty floral bit a little more so that they all end on the same circle.
So what can I do now? Like, how can I extend it? Just add more flowers?
Yes, further, like elongate it.
Okay. And should I also use the technique that you taught us on the first day, of just dropping a little drop of water and then putting some water, putting some color in it to get the smudging effect?
No, just smudge it with a clean brush and water over slightly wet paint. Like if you've done 2-3 strokes, soon after you can just wash it over with just clean water.
Okay.
Yeah. I think you can add a few more very fine sort of curvy branches as well.
Okay. In
Alongside,
between these ones?
by the side of them. So I'll just show you. Like if there's one main branch, you can add a very thin sort of thing that comes by the side of it, almost like a partner,
Okay. Okay.
This adds a little
What
delicacy
you
to it.
do then?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Hazel, how's it going? Want me to take a look? The video keeps freezing, Hazel. Hold it up. Yes, I can see now. So Hazel, I'd like your lines to be, maybe it's the light, I'm not sure. You can send me a photo later. I'd like your lines to be a bit more prominent so that it shows over the blue. It's showing over the white, but it's not showing as well over the blue. And when you smudge, try to smudge sort of, haphazardly, not just in the center. Okay, and I think you can add more branches by the side of your existing ones. Seher? Yes, Seher, I like the structure of it. The smudge in the center seems isolated. So if you want, you could maybe smudge in a few other parts as well, and maybe even extend that central smudge further. Yeah. Anyone else? Auntie, do you want to show me?
Yeah. I haven't done much.
Just hold it slightly higher. Okay. All right. Yeah. So Auntie, yours as well. You can add more finer branches by the side of the existing branches. I'll just show you my image once more.
Okay.
Like, there are like these twin branches
Okay.
running just next to each other, little intertwined. It sort of adds a little nice quality to the artwork. Girls, how's it going? Sana, Richa?
I had a problem actually.
Oh, show me.
Okay, so over here in this part, this leaf is not really coming out nicely.
Did the paint blot on the paper? Is
Yeah.
that what's happened? No worries. So it kind of just ignore it and paint over it like you would do the other branches. Also, Sana, keep in mind the roundness of the dandelion.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's important to get the structure of the plant. It's round,
Yeah.
Try and achieve that first. Don't worry about the smudge. Yeah, just see to that it's nice and round, that they all sort of finish off on the same plane. Richa, would you like to show Auntie?
Me?
No, Richa. I'm calling myself Auntie for these young girls.
Okay.
There are 3 generations here.
Yeah.
Sorry, Richa, I'm going to have to mute you. Okay, doesn't matter. Richa, I'd like you to use your brush very fine. Are you using a number 0? You are?
Yeah.
Okay. Use the tip of it. Do not flatten it when you use it. So really point it, do not flatten, so that your lines are a bit more, delicate. I want you to work on that, yeah? Thank you. Rupal, haven't seen yours. Okay, yeah, nice, Rupal. Few more lines I think you can add to the main one, just next to each other. Yeah, don't make them equidistant, just by the existing ones a few more. Otherwise it's looking nice. You can smudge a bit more, I think, Rupal, the ones on the white paper. Yes, Seher. Yes, Seher, much better with the smudging. Maybe you could smudge a few more for the little ones, the littler branches. Yeah, very nice. Trina, any progress on that brown area?
Tried something. Tell me if it shows.
Not able to see very well. Perhaps you can send me a pic later. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I think I'm going to redo this.
Okay.
I overdid my smudging.
Smudging. Yes, I thought so as well. But that's fine. Work with this, what you have. You can, of course, make another one later. But see what you can do to improve it. I would definitely put white speckles.
Yeah, I did that. Like, you know, I remember you teaching us once, make it like watery and just like, you know, kind of spray on it.
Yeah.
Like
Is it
tap on,
yeah.
tap
Is it
on
working?
it.
Is it
Yeah,
working?
yeah, I did that.
For that, your paint needs to be far more dense, more intense, almost like a poster paint consistency. So less water so that it shows vivid.
Yeah, right, right.
All right. Great. Can I? Okay, I will share these images and the video on the class group. Any questions, anybody? Next week is going to be a totally different session. I'm going to get into slightly more technical leaf drawing, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be very pretty.